Hi, Buck and Bull enthusiasts, and thanks for joining me. I want to tell you about one of the most exciting ways to purchase a bull that will give you a chance to win $500,000 in 2015. It's called the All-In Players Championship, and it's going to be held this December 12th at the Mandalay Bay Cowboy Marketplace during the prestigious National Finals Rodeo. Last year was the first All-In Players Championship, and it was a huge success. There are several bulls that were selected at that event that will be competing for the $1 million payout this December, and one of them might even win the $500,000.
If you followed the draft last year, you might remember two bulls named Legit Texan and Pinball Adventure. Legit Texan was drafted by Dennis and Christine Pivahouse, who changed his name to Ms. Kitty's Peacemaker. Pinball Adventure was drafted by a group of ladies that call themselves the Lagana Group. That stands for Ladies Only, Gentlemen Are Not Allowed. They changed the bull's name to I'm Not Alexis. These two bulls combined have already won about $100,000. Both are qualified and are favorites to win the $500,000 at the $1 Million Buck and Bull Championship. Some other great bulls that have come out of that draft are Who's Seasick, Unknown Fever, Pinball Kid, and several more. You know, last year before this event, Billy James, CEO of the Buck and Bull Games, laid claim that this was the best opportunity ever to own a bucking bull because they had been bucked before they got to Las Vegas so people could see them before the draft. Well, if you know Billy, you know he's always changing things up and trying to make them better. Well, he's done it again on the All-In Players Championship this December. This year, he's going to buck the bulls 2 or 3 times before they get to Vegas, and then buck them again in Vegas before you select them. He wants to make the player, and that's you, to feel as good as possible about the selection you make and your investment. Let's go to Billy for a detailed explanation on how it will work this year and find out what has changed and what has not.
Thank you for joining me to hear about the All-In Players Championship, specially created for the buck and bull enthusiast and the person that wants to become a buck and bull owner. You know, the All-In Players Championship was created last year in 2013, and we had a really good first year. We have a bull that came out of the All-In Players Championship that may be fixing to win $500,000. But you know what? We think we can make it even better this year. First of all, let me tell you exactly what the All-In Players Championship is. It's an opportunity for the buck and bull fan to become a buck and bull owner by researching, looking, and watching videos of young bulls bucking on video. And then you get to come to Las Vegas, Nevada during the National Finals Rodeo. You get to watch these bulls buck again, and then guess what? The high bidder is going to get to pick first from these top-notch bulls. One thing that's not changed is the cost. The cost to buy in, all your care, all your training, and all your trucking of your bull to events, it's covered. That's not changed. What has changed about the All-In Players Championship is making your opportunity better. You're going to have a really good chance to know what you're buying before you select your bull. And here's how. We're going to buck them bulls 4 or 5 times before we ever come to Vegas. And then when you get to Vegas on Friday, December 12th to select your bull, before you select them, we're going to buck them bulls one more time so that you can have that self-assurance that you're making the right selection. And then we'll have an auction, and based on how the auction goes, the high bidder gets to pick first. This year, only 20 people get to participate, and we're going to bring 20 of the best bulls you've ever seen to select from right out there in Vegas. So don't wait till it's too late. Get signed up now. Last year I asked people to trust me, and I'm going to ask you today to trust me again. But don't just trust me, trust some of the people that played the All-In Players Championship last year.
Well, what I really liked about the All-In program was we got to see the bulls after they were bucked, and that was great. I mean, maybe our bulls didn't come in, you know, first, second, or whatever, but it was still really good to know that you got one that at least knew how to buck, and that's a big plus. I really like the process of picking the genetics and going through that whole process of Billy sending us a video of the calf after it's born, and then you can look at it and make a determination whether you really liked it or not. And then you'd end up going to that first year to one of these events and ended up finding out if he was going to buck or not. I like that part, taking that full journey all the way through there, but also like the mix of being able to start it a year or two later and end up getting a bull that you know is going to buck, and then maybe have one that you didn't know and it's kind of a surprise. I guess it's like some people like to know if their wife's going to have a boy or a girl, and some people don't want to know until it's born. It's kind of like that again.
Yeah, we purchased Little Bo Cephas at the All-In last year. The competition, the gamble, I mean, we love to do that. And it's a big stress reliever. I mean, we spent 4 months looking at videos and preparing for the All-In, and we got both bulls we wanted.
Seeing them buck is an All-In value, and then plus we do a lot of research. We are on the internet constantly, looking up mamas, daddies, everything. I
personally like the surprise better. I mean, I'm more of a gambling man. But it's going to be interesting this year to see what happens. But every time I gamble, I always prepare to lose. So, but I mean, this year with watching them buck first, I mean, I don't think we're going to have to bid as high because they're all going to be studs. So, but it's going to be exciting. I can't wait.
The beauty to this program is that we bucked them, we proved that they were good, and people felt better about spending a higher amount because they really felt good about the bulls they were getting. So this year we've decided to even go a step further. We not only have bucked them, we've bucked them 3 or 4 times, and now we're taking some of the better ones and we're entering them in some of the yearling futurities that are coming up. We have 3 bulls going to the ABBI Yearling Championship to go against all the great producers and breeders and trainers out there, like H.D. Page of D&H Cattle, Gene Baker of Homestead Genetics, and several more will all be there with their best yearlings. And we're taking 3 bulls, and I think these 3 bulls are going to stack right up with those other bulls. We're taking a bull named Fair Shake. He's a son of Last Call, turns back right in the gate, spins, is really nice. Then we're taking a bull named Gluten Free. He's out of Fevers Rising and out of a cow that we found out late is a super producer, a cow named Xena. And then my favorite, the bull we're taking there is a son of OMG, a bull named Bobby T. And I think he can win this yearling event in a $60,000 check, which should mean if he can go out and beat all the breeders in the world, that he should be able to go win the $500,000 also. So the All-In Players Championship, it's those genetics that people just aren't sure about yet. And one of the biggest surprises this year is the OMG calves. And there's more OMG calves in the All-In Playership that are really, really nice. There's 2 bulls that are full brothers. One I call Cardinal 2, and the reason I call him that, he just looks exactly like the old Cardinal. I shouldn't call him old, he's only 3, fixing to be 4 now. But the great bull Cardinal, this bull looks just like him, but it's different genetics. So I just call him Cardinal 2. He's out of OMG and a great cow that we have called Jumpstart. And then his full brother is a bull named Swampy, and doesn't look a lot like Cardinal, but bucks a whole lot like him. I want y'all to look at those 2 bulls in the All-In Player Championship. And then there's one other bull that I can think of right off the top of my head. It's a bull we called OED, and that OED stands for OMG and Extra Delight. All of y'all know Extra Delight created the bull, the Colonel, Vortex Madness, Bubba, and several more. Even had some bulls in the top 10 last year at the $1 Million Bucking Bull Championship. So we crossed OMG with Extra Delight, and you get OED. So watch for these OMG calves. They might be the surprise of the All-In. You know, one of the bulls that I think could be a real maybe steal, at the All-In Players Championship. I think he's kind of going under the radar right now. It's a bull that I call Smoking Hot. Yeah, that's right, Smoking Hot. And he's out of my great sire, my personal favorite, Fevers Rising. Goes back to that great bull Exodus that went to the NFR and the PBR finals. But here's the other thing. Fevers Rising crossed with my favorite cow, Crystal Pistol. And I want y'all to look at the electricity of this bull when he bucks. He gets in the air, extends out the back end, and turns back to the right. If this bull learns how to put it all together on a consistent basis, he's a definite $500,000 candidate. The bull I really want to highlight here that I like a lot is a bull that we call Misty Rising. And that's because Fevers Rising's the dad, Misty Dawn is the mother. This little bull, you have to watch the film closely. He loses his feet, he stumbles, so he never really regains, his kick that you'd like to see him have. But look at the intensity of this little calf when he's bucking. I mean, he is giving it his all. This bull keeps his feet and has that kind of intensity and adds a little kick with it. You're talking about a top 5 bull next year at the $1 Million Bucking Bull Championship. Take a look at Misty Rising. I think you're going to like him. We have some great last call sons in this all-in draft. One I really like is one we call 15 Miles to Go. And the second one we call In the Latch instead of Pop the Latch. Watch these bulls. They got the potential to turn out to be another Pop the Latch. And we all know where he ended up, number 6 in the $1 Million Bucking Bull Championship. You can't hardly go wrong when you get Last Call and Sister Willie crossed. One of the bulls that always produces great young bulls and that always do well in our $1 Million Bucking Bull Championship is Little Yellow Jacket. Here out a Little Yellow Jacket that may be just as good as him. Their name's Half as Much is one of them. Giddy Up is another one. Watch for both of those bulls in the All-In Players Championship because I think both of those bulls will be high in the draft, and I think they'll be impressive when we buck them again in Las Vegas.
Well, you've heard Billy talk about the All-In Players Championship. You've heard some of the customers' testimonials. Now it's time for you to act. The best way to do that is to go to www.exclusivegenetics.com and hit the All-In Players Championship tab. Hope to see you in Las Vegas this December.